Donald J. Trump is one of the most polarizing and fascinating figures of modern history, a man whose life story reads like a blend of ambition, controversy, reinvention, and relentless self-promotion. Born on June 14, 1946 in Queens, New York City, Trump grew up in the world of real estate, learning from his father, Fred Trump, who built a fortune developing middle-class housing in Brooklyn and Queens. But even as a young man, Donald wanted more than to follow in his father's footsteps. He wanted to make his own mark, bigger and bolder than anything his family had done before. After graduating from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania in 1968, Trump stepped into the business full-time. In the 1970s, he moved the family business into Manhattan's high-stakes real estate market. His first major deal was the transformation of the bankrupt Commodore Hotel into the Grand Hyatt in 1980, which established Trump as a rising force in New York with the Trump Organization. He developed landmarks like Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, casinos in Atlantic City, and properties that bore his name in big gold letters, a brand built as much on image and luxury as on concrete and steel. But his journey wasn't always upward. The late 1980s and early 1990s saw Trump facing crushing debt from his over-leveraged empire, forcing him into bankruptcy filings for some of his hotels and casinos. Yet he emerged from these setbacks not as a faded tycoon, but as a symbol of brash survival, spinning his near collapse into a story of comeback. His talent for publicity kept his name in headlines, whether through tabloid stories, appearances on talk shows, or bold new deals that often seemed to defy conventional business wisdom. In 2004, Trump took another leap, becoming the star of the reality TV show, The Apprentice. His catchphrase, "You're fired," became a part of American pop culture. The show did more than revive his brand. It introduced him to millions who saw him less as a real estate mogul and more as a decisive, larger-than-life personality. This carefully cultivated image laid the groundwork for what would become the most unexpected chapter of his life. In June 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for President of the United States, descending the golden escalator in Trump Tower in a moment that became iconic. His campaign defied every prediction. Running as a political outsider, he spoke in blunt, sometimes shocking language that resonated with many voters frustrated by traditional politics. Promising to make America great again, he positioned himself against globalization, illegal immigration, and what he called the Washington swamp. His rallies drew massive crowds, while his tweets kept him constantly in the media spotlight. In November 2016, Trump achieved what few thought possible. He defeated former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to become the 45th President of the United States. His presidency was marked by major tax reforms, efforts to build a border wall, tense trade negotiations with China, and an often confrontational relationship with allies in the media. He reshaped the Supreme Court with 3 conservative justices and became the first president to meet directly with North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un. But his time in office was also overshadowed by investigations, impeachment trials, and deep national divisions. In the 2020 election, Trump lost to Joe Biden, but refused to concede defeat, claiming widespread voter fraud without evidence, a stance that culminated in the violent storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, by some of his supporters. This event led to his second impeachment by the House of Representatives, making him the first U.S. president impeached twice. After leaving office, Trump remained a dominant force in American politics, continuing to hold rallies and influence the Republican Party. His post-presidency years have been filled with ongoing legal battles, business investigations, and speculation about future runs for office. Yet he still commands loyalty from millions, who see him as the only figure willing to challenge what they view as a broken political system. Beyond politics, Trump's legacy is complex. A man whose name became a global brand, whose rise and falls were played out on the world stage, and whose blunt, often divisive style changed the tone of American political discourse forever. His life story is not just about wealth or power, it's about reinvention, it's controversy, and the ability to turn even the harshest criticism into fuel for his next move. Whether admired or criticized, Donald Trump remains a figure impossible to ignore. With a journey that continues to shape history in real time,